Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my room. Okay. So there I was in the pharmacy aisle at Walmart trying to get the pharmacy technician to refill my large cup of liquid Tylenol. And I get free refills at McDonald's, so I don't see why Walmart's refusing to accommodate me. I think the pharmacy technician was just racist against anime characters, but it is what it is because committing a crime doesn't make me a criminal. Jasmine Crockett said so.
I do want people to know that just because someone has committed a crime, it doesn't make them a criminal.
So I stole more liquid Tylenol. Jesus will forgive me, it's fine. I would have settled for the pills, but liberal women have been popping them out of Pez dispensers over the last couple of days, and I haven't seen the shelves this empty since the toilet paper shortage of 2020. And I think we really need to address the elephant in the room. Hey, elephant! Stop killing yourself to get back at the president. It's a bad look, and poison hurts your unborn children.
Oh, man!
So Harvard comes out with a study that says acetaminophen, the core ingredient in Tylenol, increases the chance of autism and ADHD in unborn children. I don't know why you need a Harvard study to prove that. Tylenol themselves has been saying it for years. And there's a Johns Hopkins study from 2019 that says this exact thing. That's all the study says. Acetaminophen increases the chance of autism in children. It doesn't say that Tylenol directly causes autism. There are loads of factors that may cause autism. Acetaminophen, red dye 40, genetics, processed foods, any of the 19 ingredients they put in McDonald's French fries. What is that? How do you make French fries? Anybody? French fries? Potatoes? Salt? Thank you. So what the fairy flippin' fuck are the other 17 ingredients, McDonald's? So yeah, who knows? Maybe that's where autism comes from. Just trying to think critically and tackle all the bases. And as a side note, if you're one of those people who thinks that 1 in 34 people with autism is a normal number and it's always been that way and the only reason we're seeing a rise in autism is because we're, quote, just now learning how to diagnose it, you need to shut the fuck up. Think about that number for a second. 1 in 34. Not 1 in 34,000. 1 in 34 people. That means every single classroom across the entire country has always had at least one autistic person. And I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. How do I know? Because I exist. I've existed for a while. Let's stop pretending like autism just flies under the radar, okay? It's pretty easy to point out. We just don't because it's rude.
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good really? Like, the eugenics in that, it's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
Let's also stop pretending that the people with autism like having autism, okay? If you could go back to the character creation screen and get rid of your autism, you would do it every time. Stop pretending like finding a preventative countermeasure or finding a cure for autism is some sort of authoritarian thing. It's getting annoying. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So people are fighting back against this Harvard study for no other reason than for the fact that Donald Trump read it on TV, and their Trump derangement syndrome has reached concerning levels. They have started filming themselves taking copious amounts of Tylenol to spite Trump because Trump's not a doctor.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm gonna take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
That's a wild die to cast, my friend. Why would you even risk it? And this is a thought process I can't even wrap my head around. I'm an empath, and it is hard for even me to put myself in your shoes. Why would you want to harm yourself and your child just to spite a total stranger? If your hate for Trump outweighs the love of your child, you do not deserve to be a parent. And that much is, well, apparent. Obviously, taking small amounts of Tylenol isn't going to kill you, but when you're overdosing on it to prove a point, the only person you're hurting is yourself. She called taking Tylenol her civic duty. Bruh, if Trump was a radical leftist, you would all be singing his praises right now. But because he's Trump, you're going to actively rebel. If Trump said to stay away from battery acid, I have zero doubt that you would all be busting Duracell open like a roll of pennies and shoving it in your mouth on camera. Some people just make shit up about Trump to discredit him, but I don't see how that's any different from normal.
About to take Tylenol for my headache while pregnant because I don't take my medical advice from a man who doesn't have a degree in science, healthcare, or medicine, and who had a parasitic brain infection and was addicted to for 14 years.
There is zero evidence that Donald Trump was ever addicted to heroin or that he had a parasitic brain infection. I am going to extend an olive branch in the other direction and say that I don't think as many people are taking Tylenol despite Trump as we think. I've only seen people reacting to the same 5 women, but the fact that it's happening at all is very concerning. And the fact that they're putting their babies at risk just to spite the president of the United States is a form of mental illness that we definitely need to shine a light on. It's also worth noticing that the search results for Tylenol overdose symptoms has seen a spike over the last couple of days, and nurses have started responding.
To the women who are pregnant out there chewing Tylenol like it's candy, something is seriously wrong with you. You think that doing that, you're gonna stick it to the man? Where was the same outrage on honey and lunch meat and alcohol? Okay, don't you avoid certain things when you're pregnant already? So you overdosing on Tylenol to prove some point there is something mentally wrong with you and you need a well check.
Yes, you're supposed to avoid things when you're pregnant to protect the child. I didn't know about lunch meat or honey, but I definitely knew about alcohol. Smoking cigarettes leads to increased risk also. Any pharmaceutical drug also does that. They all say do not take and consult your doctor if you are pregnant, nursing, or may become pregnant, as it may lead to adverse effects for the child. Duh! Overdosing on Tylenol is no joke either, dude. It's not like getting shot in the neck where you blink and you're with the Lord. It's a very slow and very painful death. Every one of your organs shuts down one after the other. It is very hard, if not impossible, to bring you back from it. It is not a fate I wish for anybody, and I am praying for the people currently going through it.
So it's about, it's gonna be 6 a.m. finally. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol. And she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. She's going to die. It's going to be, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death, is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the 3 most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with, so don't get censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby, and the baby may not survive. The baby's gonna spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. And remember guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive. I didn't ask him if he had more children, so I mean, let's say this woman they have more children. They lost their mother. Baby's not gonna grow up with the mom. He lost his whole life if this baby dies too. All because of TikTok challenges, guys. Everybody wants, well, not everybody, but maybe these crazy liberal women. They literally hate Trump so bad that she killed herself and her baby potentially. I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. This was a preventable situation. This situation didn't even have to exist. She willfully did this herself. I don't know. Pray for these people, folks. Pray for them. They need help.
I am praying for this family, I'm praying for the father, all because the media won't stop going back and forth on stuff just to spite Trump. They were all saying the same thing a few years ago. Acetaminophen causes problems for pregnant women, but now because Trump said it on TV, now all the articles are saying the opposite and flip-flopping, and now a mother is dead. And I know you probably think I've been sensitive to this type of situation because I've been jokingly sipping on liquid Tylenol the entire video, but this is just Sprite. All I did was write liquid Tylenol on the cup. Yep, so I'm just memeing like usual. Speaking of memes, I think we could all use a palate cleanser. Have you seen the memes that came out about this? This won't hurt my baby, 23 years later. Oh yeah, I think Harry Sisson's mom did a lot more than Tylenol. She probably popped Tylenol, then washed it down with liquor, and then in her drunken stupor, she probably fell down the stairs, and the result of the trauma caused her to give birth early and bless the world with Harry Sisson. Trump, don't take Tylenol. Libs. Breaking. Dylan Mulvaney says he's still going to take Tylenol if he becomes pregnant because it's the only thing that helps with his testicular pain. Me after 8 Tylenol watching a train pass by. The face you make after your mom says she took Tylenol while pregnant. The same people who advocated for this are now popping Tylenol for likes. Me coming out of the womb after my mom popped Tylenol like candy.
Well, it is my complete honor and privilege to make this endorsement. You know, I've got along with, very well, with oxygen. I call it air. Some people call it O2. I call it oxygen, air. It's a beautiful thing when I'm endorsing breathing. We love to breathe. It's a tremendous practice, in and out. I went to the doctor, and my doctor looked at me. He said, "Sir, you have the most beautiful lungs. They're so big, they're so beautiful. They inflate, they deflate, they're wonderful. In and out. Nobody's ever seen lungs like this before, sir." So I said, "Now's a beautiful day to endorse oxygen." We love breathing, right? And you have these stupid people on the left, very stupid, very sick. These are very sick people. You're not a sick person, but they're very sick people. And they're going to hear me endorse it, right? They're going to hear me say, "Oh, Donald Trump likes to breathe." You know who else breathed? Hitler. Hitler breathed.
Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't drink liquid Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol unless medically necessary. And I'll see you in the next video. I've been riding around town, blowing loud with the window down. Oh shit. New phone, who this? I'm just steady winning. You can't even hurt my feelings, homie. Oh shit. New phone, who this? You can't ever slow me. Half of y'all don't even know me, homie. Oh shit. New phone, who this? Don't you dare try to call me, cause I'm introverted, homie. Better text me that shit. New phone, who this?